Good afternoon, y'all. I am coming on here. I've actually talked to a couple different people, and I'm gonna do a couple different types of videos. I'm gonna play some here on the YouTube channel for y'all. And so, sorry, I've got hair in my mouth. Um, so what we are going to do, this first one, is going to be about water conservation. And actually, I'm doing my dishes right now. To show like how we conserve water when we're not hooked up to a water source. So I'm going to kind of just talk to you through it or talk to you about it while I do my dishes. I thought it was just a perfect time to do that while I do the dishes. So we are in Minnesota right now. And what my husband and I have decided to do is we've decided to do things a little differently. And we've decided to work and travel at the same time. I work from home. I have some virtual clients that I do administrative assisting for. So sometimes I do appointment setting. Sometimes I do bidding on jobs. It's usually the gist of what I do. Sometimes it's buying airline tickets for clients. Just, kind of whatever it is that they need that I can do for them that enables them to keep doing their job while I take care of the little stuff, to sort of speak. Filing, getting government papers to the government. Like they get them done, but I make sure they're filed on time. Just stuff like that. Tim, who is my husband, we travel the country and he does different jobs. He does things like mechanics. Right now he's harvesting farms for corn and soybean. Actually, the soybean's over, so he's just been harvesting corn lately. And what that entails is they go through and they, harvest them, cut them down, do all their processing with them. He actually has to dry the corn. Well, there's machines that do it, but he's in charge of making sure that the humidity, I've learned a lot about humidity and how the humidity on top of vegetables, when they're cut like this and harvested, too much humidity could actually lessen the product, because it's going to be like a false weight because there's going to be water added to the product. I hope I'm saying this right. And then but if it gets too dry, then you lose the weight value, and of course farmers make their money based on the weight of their product. So it's a whole scientific math. I believe I was told that the perfect humidity is 17%. So certain times you have to increase humidity, other times you have to decrease humidity. Sometimes you have to dry it. It's a whole thing. So I've learned a lot just by listening, and I realize I've got flyaways all over the place. I promise I comb my hair. So anyways, that's what he is doing right now. And I think they said that they're going to be done harvesting by the end of the week. And then they've got cleanup and maintenance on machines and all the good stuff that come with after you're done with the big project, the cleanup part of it. So we're going to be in Minnesota at least a couple more weeks. And then from there, we'll just kind of see where it goes. So, but with all that being said, where we are located on the property that we are allowed to park our RV on, which is the property that the farmer owns, we have electricity, but we do not have water. So once a week, we have got it figured out now. Once a week, we go into town or into the next town over, and we get water. We empty our black tanks. We empty our gray tank. And we take care of all that stuff. And then it has to last a week. So what we've had to do is learn how to conserve water. But yet use it because, well, like you said, I've got dishes I gotta do. I can't just not do dishes for a whole week. It's a different way to think about things that I never really thought about before. I just figured if I had to do dishes, I had to use water, so I didn't really conserve much. Well, for example, let's just talk about dishes. A lot of the stuff that we use, even though we have a full sink, we have dishes, we have, all of our stuff here. Like, we've got silverware and cups and all that stuff. But majority of the time, we choose to use paper products, paper plates, paper bowls for cereal, things like that. We choose to use plasticware for forks, spoons, and knives, because it's less that we have to wash and we can just throw it away. If I'm making casseroles and stuff, I use throwaway pans, the like 13 by 9 casserole pans. I use those because I don't have to worry about washing them. So it's things like that that we use, that we change our mind on how we would do it at a house and at home. Those little hairs are bothering me. That's how we change them, or it's how we change our mindset on how to conserve water. So, and then I usually try to do dishes really once a week, but depending on what we do, sometimes it's twice a week. Difference is, I was doing them, now if I'm hooked up to water, right, well, let me say this. First, I'm just going to talk about the times of being not hooked up to water, because that's what we're doing right now. We are not hooked up to water. So I actually have 112 or 113 gallons of water that we have to use. Now, that water has to do things like wash your hands after you go to the bathroom. They have to let you do your dishes. They have to allow you to go to the bathroom, flush the toilet. They allow you to take a shower. And 112 sounds really like a lot of water. It's not. I alone, when I'm being very good about my water intake, drink a gallon a day. So if I'm drinking a gallon a day, let's say Tim drinks a half a gallon a day, and so that is a gallon and a half, and let's just say 7 days in a week. So 1.5 times 7 is like 10.5 gallons, if my math is right in my head. 10.5 gallons a week. So I'm already down to 100 gallons. We flush the toilet. I don't know how much water we use when we flush the toilet. I know it's not a gallon. But we flush the toilet every time we go. We don't skimp on like not using the bathroom or anything like that. Like if we gotta go, we go. So we flush the toilet, and then you wash your hands. Let me see if you can see. Okay, you can see. So when it comes to washing the hands or rinsing dishes, which I'm about to do, we have learned. So if you're at home and you go to the bathroom and you go to the bathroom and you're washing your hands, you just turn the water on, right? Turn it on. That's what I do. I just turn it on and use it. Okay, I thought it just looked really funny. What we do now, once I get it turned on all the way, we use it like this to rinse our hands, to rinse dishes and wash our hands. We use very minimal water pressure. So that's one way we have gotten better at conserving water. Before we really paid attention, we were going through, honestly, not paying attention, taking your shower, whatever. We were going through about 115, 112, whatever that number is, gallons of water about every 5 days. That's a lot of water we use. So we started changing things like how high we turn our pressure on to wash our hands. We also so when you get in the shower at home, you get in the shower, you turn it on, you get your body wet, you get your hair wet, wash your hair, you rinse off, wash up, like, you do all the things with the water on. We do not when we're boondocking. Even though we have power, we're boondocking when it comes to water, because all we have is the 115 gallons of water, and that's it. It's 112 or 115, so if I say the wrong number, I apologize. So with that, when we're out, we're out. You can't just make water come in like you do at home. You just turn the water on and it's there. Here, when you're out, you're out. So you have to time it. So when we get in the shower, we turn it on, let it get to the temperature we want, jump in. I get my hair wet. We also, once your hair's like hair wet or get your body wet, the water gets turned off. You get the shampoo in your hair and everything, and you lather it and, get it to whatever it is you need to do. Turn the water back on, rinse it out, get it however soaked you need it for conditioner, like for me, conditioner. Turn it off, put your conditioner in, you wash up, with the water still off. Do all you need to do, you know, as far as washing up, washing your face, whatever it is that you're shaving your legs, if you're a female, all the things you do while you're in the shower, you do all that. And then you turn the water back on, rinse out your hair, rinse your body, make sure, you know, double check your legs or whatever it is that you do while you're in the shower. Then you turn the water off again. So we conserve water that way to make it last longer, because all that water does is go into a tank, which I'll talk to you about gray tanks in a minute. So, so that's another way we conserve. I said that we only do dishes. I try to only do dishes about twice a week because it's easier for me to fill the sink a little bit fuller, to do more dishes with, which I'll show you. Actually, today I've actually filled the sink pretty full compared to normal. And then, if I, like when I get to silverware, rinsing the silverware, I'll spray them all off at one time and then put them in the dryer. And then I rinse like cups and bowls and all that stuff on very low water pressure. I actually just did all the dishes yesterday, but I also decided to cook 3 nights worth of dinners at one time, so I have all the dishes again. So sometimes I'll do that as well. It just saves time, less than making a mess every single night. I'll make 2 to 3 dinners at a time, and it's only Tim and I here, unless we have a friend over. So when I make a pot of spaghetti or something, it'll last us 2 or 3 days, so I don't have to cook all the time. Yay for not cooking all the time. But that's also 2 or 3 nights worth of paper products that we don't use, you know, for cleanup, that we're not having to wash or whatever. So there's little things like that that we have gotten into. When you brush your teeth, a lot of people leave their water running. I used to. No big deal, right? No big deal at all. It's just water coming out of the sink. Here, it's a big deal. So you get your toothbrush wet, you put your toothpaste on it, you know, or you get your toothbrush wet, turn your water off, get your toothpaste on it. If you need it wet again, you wet it a hot second again, and then you brush your teeth. However long it takes you to brush your teeth, you do all that, then you turn the water back on again. So we conserve a lot that way. And the reason being, like I said, we only have 112 ounces or whatever it is, or not ounces, gallons of water. So, but by making the changes that we've made, we can actually get our water to go between 7 and 10 days is our normal. Just depends on what all we have going on those extra days. Sorry, trying to get the right. I need the right pressure to rinse it. I need it to be hot because you're still disinfecting dishes. But I need the pressure not to be hot because I'm conserving water. Also, we have started, just to help us go longer, because I do drink about a gallon when I'm on it, whether if I'm turning my water into tea or whether I'm using it to drink water. I drink about 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons a day by myself. So to help that not come from our tank that we use, we decided to go ahead and buy gallons of water for like $1 a piece or whatever it is. So that helps the water not get used. Whenever we started doing that, we went from 7 days to 9 to 10 days on water. So just different ways to conserve water, but yet not cost you a whole lot of extra money either. And so, I'm going to show you. I'll show it, yeah. So, I'll go through and move these one more time, but I go through and rinse them all at one time, turn the water off, and then I go through and make sure they're all clean and all that good stuff. But just for the purpose of conserving water, I do it like this, so that the water isn't just running every time I rinse one little, one fork, one spoon, or whatever. Of course, I make sure they're clean. If I need to add a little bit of extra rinse, that's not a big deal. I do that. But just for overall, it helps it while we're conserving. But making those little changes in an RV has really opened up my eyes to how much I was wasting water at home. And so that's been a lesson in general about how much I didn't mean to waste, because I'm just taking a shower, or I'm just washing dishes, or I'm just brushing my teeth. It's not like I was outside playing in water when I shouldn't have been or something. So it's taught me stuff like that. Also, the other thing I do when we're really conserving water is, when I was growing up, my mom, we didn't have a lot of money. And she had 4 kids. So shower time was a long time. 4 kids, water warm up in between each kid, especially as you get older and you don't shower with your brother or sister anymore. And because when we were little, we used to do that. I don't even know if that stuff's, yeah. Anyways, so as we got older and she didn't have a lot of money, she called, she had bird bath days. So we'd take a shower every other day. And then the days that we didn't take showers, she would call it a bird bath. So it's like you fill your sink up, like your bathroom sink, up with about half water, some soap or whatever, and you get a washcloth and you wash your body up, or you wash all your important parts up, and and then you rinse off, dry off, and that was your shower for the day. It just helped conserve water. So if we know that we're running out of water and we can't make it to the next town for a day or so, we also do sponge baths if we have to. Actually, I will do them. Tim works every day, so I usually don't. He doesn't do sponge baths, which is fine. But those are just little things that we can do to save water. So when I realized how much you don't mean to waste here, like you don't mean to waste at home, you're just brushing your teeth or you're just doing the dishes, it has really opened my eyes on how much we waste. Because we don't think about it. It's not like you're out playing in the water while you're doing the dishes. You're just doing the dishes. But there's ways that you can conserve still while you're doing while you're handling things that need to be handled. So that's been eye-opening, of trying to be better stewards of the resources we have. So I'm going to end this video because that's pretty much about all the water conservation. But I am going to come back on and I'm going to tell you about our tanks. And once I get the sink empty, it'll be easier for me to do that. And I'm just about done. I've got about, 5 or 6 more items to wash. And then I will go over with you about our tanks and what we also have to watch for while using the water, while being conservative of it. What else we have to take into consideration. So I'll be back.